Hello, we're back alive here in the Prospects eRacing League. You join myself, Lemony Tang, and Paddy Pat again in the commentary booth. We're just waiting for the guys here to ready up for the race. Go ahead, Paddy Pat.
Hello guys, welcome back. Sorry about that brief thing. We had a bit of a rogue driver coming into the race, about a bit of an accident invite or something. But anyway, we had to get him out. I tell you what though, he didn't do too bad. Managed to get a P8, but obviously he does not belong in the Discord in the race. So we had to get rid of that guy and restart this stream. But qualifying is done. So it's going to be a custom grid, and away we go for the race. It's going to be 26 laps around this Homer Grand Prix. It's Silverstone. Pole position, I can't remember. Have they all changed cars as well? We're going to have to wait till we get on track for this one, guys, because I can't even remember who got pole anymore. Let me just get this into my chat again. Oh, there we go. We're back. There we go. We're back. Yeah, so good qualifying there. Very close indeed in the top four. You have, I can't remember who got pole, but second was Scotty and MV Robbie. Then Optic up in fourth there for qualifying. So good showing from these boys in quali. But it's not just about how fast you can do one lap. It's all about 26 laps and how their racecraft is going to be. And what spanners in the works will we get thrown at us? Well, there might be some safety cars, a bit of damage or whatever. It's a long race, it's 26 laps.
It's definitely...
We've got to have you back here, guys.
It's definitely going to be a big one, alright. That was Cameron who got pole position in the Haas as well for that one. So,
yeah, but I don't know if they've got the same cars.
Ooh, they should
Have
do.
they gone for the same cars?
Yeah, they should do.
No, fair enough. Hello, URL Nick. Welcome back in. Sharpie's back in. Basil's back in. Geno's in as well. Guys, get yourself back in. We're about to get underway. 26 laps here around Britain, Silverstone, where I'm not going this year. I've missed now. I can't believe it. I've not missed one. I mean, the only ones I've missed for like freaking 10 years are the ones from COVID. And I'm missing this year and I'm absolutely broken. So, has anyone got a spare ticket? Let me know.
Yeah, them tickets were gold dust. I'm telling you now, I even had a look myself. No. There was no way, Jose, we were getting them tickets.
I know, I get mine each year, every year, same time, because I budgeted through my finances. I get it at the same time every year. Boosh, went there, fuck me, sold out for 3 months before. Sorry, I swore again, my bad.
It's alright. No, but
here we go again,
that's it. Like, you know, you literally, as soon as they come on sale, you need to get them because they are selling like, they sell like hotcakes anyway.
Yeah, well, I'm getting three. As soon as they come out for next year, I'm getting 3 of them, and I'm actually going to give away 2 of them to the community. Woo!
Nice.
It's going to be a little prize to come and meet Patty Pat and come Silverstone with him. So they're going to be some good giveaways for me to do. No, it's not unrealistic. It's unequal, buddy. They're all unequal. Let's go, says Bevo. Yep, we've waited long enough. Let's get this 26 laps done and see who comes out victorious.
It'd be interesting to see how the mindset for these drivers comes into this race. Obviously, as we said before, there is some guys out there with a point to prove with each other. And the rest of the field as well, you know. So are they going to go hard at it from lights out? Do they settle themselves into a rhythm? And how do they get on near the end of the race? This is all questions we're going to be answered now, ladies and gentlemen, sooner rather than later. As you say, 26 laps. It's going to be a good one. This track is one of the longest on the calendar. Fantastic history here in Silverstone. Let it be known that is the first race on the Formula One Championship ever was held here back in the day, and it's been on the calendar ever since, as you say. So fantastic stuff to be home at the home of motorsport.
It is indeed. And yeah, these guys, albeit esports drivers, they're still racing drivers. So I feel like they're going to be going for it, trying to prove it a point. You know, it's nothing better to put a marker down in a pre-season race to say, do you know what, I'm the king here, come and get me, you little shitbags, you know what I mean? So these guys are going to be fully going for it as the light goes off for their formation lap. This is a chance for them to get those temperatures up to optimal temperature and heat in those brakes. These guys are not loonies. They'll be weaving about left to right, trying to get those temperatures into the tyres ready for this race. You'll see Cameron back up the pack. I would say it's coming towards the end of Sector 3.
Yeah, so these guys on their warm-up lap now. Cameron taking out some of the polystyrene on the exit there. So he's trying to use all the track on a little bit more, getting them invalidations done and dusted with early. It's going to be a hard track to keep the car in line. I know there's a couple of corners here you can take some liberties, but that might lull the rest of the drivers into a mistake somewhere else on this track. And if you do have an accident here as well, you are not hitting something very slowly, you're going really fast. It's one of the fastest tracks on the calendar, as well as one of the longest, as we were saying earlier on. It's a fantastic place to be, full of fast lefts, easy rights, and these guys...
Don't quote me on this, but I think it's full throttle for like 83%, so it's pretty full throttle. I tell you what though, it is notorious for spins. There's a lot of corners that are like off camber a little bit, that just slightly, you've got to really ease the accelerator in. There's so many corners. Klops is one of them. You're coming out of the last corner of Club as well. These corners are really difficult. Also, turn one, really difficult sometimes. And there's, you know, we are going to see some. I would say we're going to see some spins in this race.
Yes, as you say, like, but these cars are so loaded on the fast-paced corners, you know, even the slightest bit of a correction. Sometimes as well, when you're battling side by side, the slightest bit of contact will have you around, and, you know, the rest of the cars are flying at you at some speed, but the drivers are starting to line up on the grid now. It's time to concentrate on that first few corners. Do they have a game plan? Is it going to be thrown out of the window straight away? Who knows? Cameron seems to be lining up in a weird position on the grid, but we'll ignore that. This game has migrated host, so there might be some issues there.
It's going to be a lobby reset, bro.
Is that what they're saying? Or
oh no, it's sorted itself out. Has it sorted itself out?
Let's see.
No, he's lined up on mine, fine.
Yeah, no, he's on now, fine.
There
so the lights are on. The green flag is waving at the back, and away they go. The lights are out at the top of the gantry, so the drivers are away from the line here. They're starting to fan out towards turn one, and it's Scotty up the inside. A fantastic start from himself and the Mercedes as they all start to pile through the left and right down into the hard braking zone of the right-hander. And it's around goes the pole sitter. He nearly gets collected. Great stuff there from the Williams of Ken, but it looks as if Ken's been spun around as well as he rejoins. So a little bit of chaos in the back of the grid there, all caused by the pole sitter spinning around there, Paddy.
Wow, what a start to this race. Scotty gets an absolute amazing launch round the outside of turn one, and Scotty takes P1. Cameron got a bit taken by surprise there, and he's got the power down too early and spun it and almost taken the Williams with him as well. So great start there from Scotty.
As they all start to fan out towards the back of the grid, they're literally side by side about to cut through Cop's corner here. Who's going to give? They're all giving themselves a little bit of space there. They're all starting to back up as well. They're going to be going side by side through Maggins and Beckett's. It's like a NASCAR race down here. I don't know how to call it. And there's a massive accident there. Spidey's being spun around, flying off the grid there. So how did he get on? I don't know. If he's hit the wall, Cameron's around again as the Haas. Disaster for himself as another car starts to rejoin in front as we're on board of Clement Pheasant. That's an absolute madness towards the back of the grid there.
And it looks like Scotty and V-Rob are just starting to break that 1 second gap that's needed for the DRS against Optic. Optic trying his best to stick with these guys, but it looks like it's a bit of a two-horse race here at the start of this Grand Prix.
We might do Optic as well, though. We do it nicely at the back there, looking at the lines, studying these guys, how they are with the consistency and the lines they take as well, because when you're driving people who are a little bit faster than you, perhaps that's where you really start to find the lap times yourself.
Yeah, exactly that. And yeah, Albo there and in the Haas, just behind Antonio. And there's a bit of a trade going on here as we settle into this race. Lap 2, quite a few guys got into the pits in lap 2, which is a little bit of a disappointing start for these guys. But hey, it's a long race here, isn't it, Emily? And all it takes is a safety car and you're back in this race.
It is a long race, as you say. That's Ghosty, Nick, Ken and Spidey as well after being caught out. We've seen, though, a lot of argy-bargy through there. Other drivers, there's Williams there nearly losing it through the Maggots and Beckett's complex. And he's getting a bit of a bad exit there as well. Is a Quasar. He's getting swallowed up here by Willie. So Willie outside, but it looks as if the ERS is being deployed there by a Quasar to maintain that position down the hanger straight.
So our Tier 2 champion from last year is in 8th place at the minute, but he's got Total Carney right up his rear diffuser. And he just gets a little bit wobbly there coming out of club, but so does Carney, which is just giving him a bit of a respite. And he's not going to let Carlton know he's a bit too far behind. So Sam Brooks gets place now.
Sam Brooks in 8th, and we're looking on board with Sol Vundex here in 12th position with Alex right behind him. Just Coconuts and Cartboy battling up in front as well. Cartboy on the medium seems to be holding up Coconuts on the softs, which in turn is helping Sol to keep in contact on his medium. So the different strategies are starting to pay out there as well, with different tyre positions and all, as Cartboy and Coconuts go side by side into the left-hander, and Coconuts makes the move stick. Yes, he does.
URL Nick then gets past Ghosty Riots from the back after their early pit stops. And Total Carney and Sam Brooks are battling out there. Oh my God, there was contact. There was contact, but God knows they're still going for it. And Carney does get ahead of Sam Brooks. Both of them, well, that could have been disastrous for both, but somehow they managed to get through. Tony Carney is ahead of Sam Brooks though.
Scotty is just being passed by Robbie for the race lead, so we missed that on the TV screens, but we're on board at we're looking at the guys now battling for first position. Robbie makes that move stick in the skid area, and he sets the fastest lap time at that as well. He's pulling the trigger.
Yeah, the thing is, I'll tell you what though, biggest difference between these two, V-Robbie there was 70% of ERS. Scotty using a lot of that very early on in this Grand Prix. Only on 40%.
Must have tried to use that to defend to no avail. So Robbie seems to be gaining a bit of traction there, but a Quasar is right in the mix here with Optic just in front and Anton and Will behind. So we'll see how they all get on. Yeah.
Sorry guys, I stand corrected. Sam Brooks wasn't champion. It was Guifi. Sorry, I stand corrected on that one. Well, where is he today? Is he in this one? Is he being promoted or not? Do you know that?
Don't know.
Has he been? No? Oh, fair enough. Anyway, V-Robbie Scotty now 2 seconds ahead of Optic there. These two are kind of leaving the field at the minute.
Interesting stuff. How these guys are really starting to push these tyres as well. Optic seems to be leading a bit of a train there, but nonetheless, we've got a yellow flag out there. I think it might be Spidey at the back of the grid out of turn 1. We'll leave him to his devices. So yeah, not having a good one with Spidey, getting caught up early on in this race. A safety car is well needed for him to get back into it, but the battle is raging. Everyone's right up the back of Optic now, with Quasar under immense pressure, and so is Anton. So yeah, big race here, Paddy.
Yeah, and the thing is, it's not going to help this train here that Optic is holding up. The more he has to defend, the more Scotty and Robbie are going to get away. But he's doing a good job at the minute, keeping his cool. But it's going to be a matter of time, I think, when the DRS does come into play here.
Scotty and Robbie keeping all within a couple of tenths of each other here. So I think these guys are playing coy with each other at the top of the field. They know they have a little bit of a pace advantage on the rest of them. So it's a 2-horse race, as you say, keeping it 2 seconds to Optic and Co. But yeah, this is a real big battle here for the podium position here. Anton right on the back of a Quasar. Nobody quite yet brave enough to be throwing it down the inside of Cops. It is only lap 5 of 26, but it looks as if Will has kind of dropped off the back of this pace now. He just can't quite...
I think we're going to see a position change for the lead again here. We're going down Stowe corner, hanger straight now. The DRS is wide open, and here comes Scotty then. Is he going to go outside or inside? V-Robbie covers the outside. Scotty goes into the lead through Stowe corner, and this I feel like is going to be back and forth for the whole race here, Lemony.
A little bit of twitchy there from Scott as well. Maybe he's just showing Robbie this is how it's done, but he definitely made the move stick there. He's back into the first position with the Scuderia now, trying to follow suit behind. Can he keep up the pace? These guys are flat out up in front, let it be known. And as you say before, these guys are so hard pushing. The pace is so good at these guys. They might as well be driving in real life. These guys take it so seriously, and the concentration is immense for these guys.
I tell you what, Optic is still handling that pressure absolutely magnificently. Antonio on the back of Equator on the back of Optic. Optic, however, has still got 70% of his ERS, so he's doing very well defending at the minute.
Will has caught back up, or Whale, I'm not quite sure, in 6th position, so he's right back on the back of Anton. He seems to be losing a bit of pace, but they've all kind of concentrated back up. Again, it's such a good battle here between these guys. A solid mid-pack kind of field. Well, they aren't really. It's top 10. These are for points-paying positions here. Great stuff to see.
Exactly that. Around Silverstone, and we've had one retirement so far, and it's that pole sitter of all drivers getting it wrong at the start of this race, and then he just got gathered up, and yeah, DNF'd someone, a bit of contact at the back, and that is Cameron out of the race earlier on. A bit of a shame for a pole sitter. He showed his pace in qualifying, but could not convert that in this race today.
It just goes to show motorsport. That's how it is. That's how it's always been and how it always should be. It can be the best in the worst of times and the worst at the best of times. It's such a topsy-turvy thing, and it's so hard for everything to line up. When you do, it's such an achievement for these guys. It's really good stuff when it does finally pay off. But yeah, Cameron.
Okay, here we go then. Equator is ever so close here to Optic. It takes a little look down here. It's a little sniff there. And Optic does not go for that bluff. And once again, he's in front. But wow, they're so close. A slight front end plate touch there to his rear wheel. I hope he didn't get damaged, because this battle is spicing up nicely.
Just Coconuts is retired in the pit lane himself there, but yeah, Quasar right up the backside of Optic there. Great lines between the two of them. Two Cops into the Maggots-Beckett's complex now. Backs off a little bit. The aero wash is going to lose him a little bit of front wing.
Optic is so quick through Maggots and Beckett. It's giving him a good chance here, but I tell you what, this could be the move here. It's going to be a double move. You've got Antonio having to think about it as well. Equator goes down the inside. Optic's going to go fighting around the outside. He's fighting back. He's going into Bell, into Club. He's going to go around the outside. They're side by side through the last corner. And Optic gets back in front. Antonio tries to take advantage. But I tell you what, that is a brilliant defense into attack by Optic. And Antonio takes advantage of the less exit that Equator got. And now he's in fourth place. Fantastic racing.
It's amazing how these guys are jostling for positions here. It's so hard to keep up, but Optic thought he lost the position and regained it around the outside, and which ultimately Quasar lost the momentum, and Anton takes perfect advantage of the two guys battling in front, and he gains a position, and he's almost battling for third position there with Optic into the braking zone, but these guys haven't sorted themselves out quite yet, and it looks as if Albo is joining the back of the party too in the other Haas.
Yeah. This is a crazy battle, but just a quick mention then, V-Robbie is back in front of Scotty, so they've swapped positions again, but we could see another change down the hanger straight, albeit Robbie gets a nice, a little bit of a breathing space through Maggots and Beckett's there. But yeah, a position change for the lead of the race again.
Good stuff from Robbie and Scotty. I can see that battle happening all the way through the race, but Anton's got a fantastic slipstream here from Optic. Optic has no way to answer that one, and it's already done before the braking zone into Stowe, so Optic has to set it back into 14. Nearly loses it on the exit. good save by Optic, but yeah, Anton is into third position now. What a fantastic move.
Oh, he gets a bit shaky there. Does Optic out of the last turn. And I tell you what, this is what I was saying in qualifying. That last turn is so difficult to get that power down. He's going to lose another position to Wally, although he's going for the switchback. But it looks like Wally's going to cover that off. Oh no, he's not. Late on the brakes is Optic. I tell you what, Optic is out for racing today, isn't he?
He is, I tell you, but he's giving everyone exactly the amount of room that's needed, and everyone's doing it back to him as well. So, status quo for Wally and Optic down into the braking zone here. So, Optic is just settling himself, really. He's trying to get himself a little bit of breathing space, settle back into that rhythm. He's been ruffled here with the drivers in front making their moves, but ultimately, he's still in sixth position. He's still doing well, and he still has 4 wheels left in his car.
So Sam Brookson goes into the pits and out he comes on the mediums. I'm not sure if he's one of the first ones there to make a stop for the top 10 runners. Sam Brookson comes out in 14th on the mediums.
Interesting to see now where Sam Brooks kind of falls back into play on them brand new tyres. Whoa, Optic down the inside of Wally there. So
I feel it's a little bit early there for the mediums there, lap 9. I feel like they could have gone a little bit further. You see Robbie there get a fastest lap of 1:29.1. We expect that to come down a little bit more as we come towards the end of this race. So lap 10 of 26. V Robbie is your leader at the minute. Scotty then is still hanging on with him, and Antonio now has got himself up to 3rd place. Can he chase these guys down? He's not too far in front. These guys are not too far in front of him. 2.5 seconds a gap. Can he catch them?
With the pace these guys are setting up at the top here, Robbie and Scotty, the 1 and 2 here with the Ferrari and the Mercedes, and then Anton there in 3rd position on them mediums. It's going to be interesting to see what this strategy is going to curtail.
Well, the more that they battle each other, the easier it will be for Antonio to catch these guys up, make it a 3-way battle, and maybe bring the pack towards them, you know? Because Scotty now is 6 tenths behind V Robbie, and we're going through Magnus and Beckett's, and he's looking quick. He's only got 16% of ERS though, so he's using a lot of his ERS just to keep up with Scotty at this stage of the race.
Yeah, I think Robbie might have a little bit more life left in his tyres. He just hung back behind Scotty at the start of the race. Let him use them up, as we probably said there before. They're kind of sussing each other out, and now Robbie is leading the race with fresher tyres than Scotty. But yeah, the ERS is coming into play. The pit stops to be sooner rather than later as well. So who's going to pull the trigger with these guys? There we go. Wally is in the pit lane actually for the McLaren. So that's going to be the battle here between Optic, Equator, Albo, and as well as that, really, you have to be thinking about it as being the leaders, because there's only 2.5 tenths between yourself and Anton.
Exactly, yeah. So Wally then jumping into the pits, lap 11. Let's keep an eye, because he was in that mix, wasn't he? With the battle of 4 or 5 cars. We see Optic. Optic's got it wrong there. What happened to Optic?
He lost it in the farm village section there before they got to the loop. Unfortunately, I think his tyres have cried enough. Alec up the inside in the McLaren. No, he thinks better of it, but it's only a matter of when, because Optic does go wide. He's onto the grass as well. What is Optic doing? He's letting the guys go altogether. So
his
maybe
tyres have gone.
He's around.
No, he's gone. No!
He's into the wall.
Oh, it's absolute carnage coming out of love.